The brothers! She just kissed Cole and then Alex even said you love him! This is... Can she have a day off?
Welcome back to Twinhood!
Twinhood.
With me, Maisie Peters, and...
Me, Ellen Peters.
Yay! Yay. Oh my God. How many updates do we have with the cousins this week?
So many updates.
What do you want to kick us off with?
My whole week's been spent about thinking of how I want to articulate this, how I want to talk about this, what pieces of the puzzle I want to dive into. And it is the double threat of The Samurai Temperity and My Life with the Water Boys season 2.
And also, what very exciting thing happened after last week's episode? We literally spoke about how much. How could you forget? I thought that's what you were going to say.
Maisie's song. So you guys know I'm into My Life with the Water Boys. Like, it's my obsession.
Well, the last week's episode you said it was so bad, but it was so good. But I feel like you've
recently...
No,
it's not even bad anymore. It's actually just the best thing ever. Like, season 2, like, Joel was on the floor. It was just so good. And not Maisie's song being in My Life with the Water Boys and not it being like a very pivotal scene. Like, not you. Why is your music always on at like school proms? Like, it's really in the niche. And it was Adore You.
I'm the voice of a generation.
Adore You. That's so rogue.
I adore you. Can you describe to me what was happening?
At the school dance, and it was, I can't even remember.
It's all a blur to you.
It's all a
happened so fast.
It was all a beautiful blur. And I think it was a Cole and Jackie scene, which
a classic Cole and Jackie.
Yeah,
Khaki.
And I've just been obsessed. Obviously, they dropped the whole second season in one bulk, and I'd been on holiday the weekend, so I hadn't been able to properly watch it. But best believe I was so excited to get my flight home, just so I could like watch it.
She came through the door, and I was like, "Oh my God, how was it?" And she was like, "I've got to go on as iPad Water Boys time." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Not even on the iPad, on my phone. I was locked.
You were so locked in. It was just you doing about 5 episodes in a row, and face to the screen.
Oh my God, I just love it. Like the way, like a teen, like high school romance, 2 brothers fighting over one girl can make me feel is like euphoric. There's genuinely like not a happier time. Like I've never been so happy as I was watching My Life with the Water Boys season 2. I was literally screaming at my phone by myself. I was like, ah! Like the last scene was like too much for me.
She was rolling around on the floor.
Honestly, I was rolling. And like the scene when Cole finds Alex and Jackie, scream.
I was watching over her shoulder, sort of being like, okay, so which brother is that? How many brothers are there? 6. Right, got it. Okay, so which one's that one? That's 4. One of them was, and then at one point, like one of them's on a horse, and then another point, like one of them's throwing a football. It really does cover all aspects of life. Those are all the important topics.
Alex, and I've been an Alex girl from season 1. Alex in season 2.
He could get it.
So sexy. And I know everyone's a Cole girl, but I am Alex. Is
he the one that's blonde? Is he the one from...
He's the short king. He's the dark-haired short king.
We've got to love a short king.
And he's the nicer one.
Okay, nice.
The less mysterious one. But I just love him. And I had a dream about him last night, and I didn't want the dream to end.
We actually, could I say this? We had a meeting this morning about the podcast. We had a podcast meeting, and I was, 9 a.m. I was on that Google Meet. I was waiting in the link, and everyone was like, "Where's Ellen?" And I was like, "I don't know." So I went upstairs, I knocked on her door, and she was literally sprawled in the bed, asleep. And then after, she obviously got to it and came down to the meeting. And then after, she was like, "Yeah, I was having a dream about My Life with the Water Boys, and I just didn't want to wake up."
I didn't. I think I woke up briefly in the night. Like, my boyfriend was like trying to put like his arm around me. I was like,
no,
take me back to the dream.
You've got your eyes shut, clenched, being like, take me away from this reality.
Honestly, I've got a bit of a crush. I love my boyfriend, but like, Alex.
No, but girls can have boyfriends and crushes, but boyfriends cannot have girlfriends and crushes.
Yeah, absolutely.
A crush is not the same as a boyfriend. They're different.
Okay, so obviously that has been the light of my life, but then I was like, I was literally depressed after I'd finished season 2. I was like,
she was sat on the sofa being like, what is there left for me? I was like, what in the world?
Like, genuinely, that depression, we finished like an absolute squealer. Like,
squealer.
A squealer is when we're like squealing. Yeah. and I felt empty, but thankfully, the Summer I Turned Pretty
Picked you back up, dusted you off.
Yeah, and I was saying this before we started the podcast. I have been watching The Summer I Turned Pretty since it launched. I've been locked in since that very first season, and it's like it's a trend now to watch it.
I know. I've also, just to explain, the reason that I'm kind of half in, half out is because I have read the books Not to Be That Person. So I know the characters, I know the lore. And then this season, obviously, it's really taken a hold of TikTok and the world. So I've sort of jumped in. And then the most recent episode I watched with Ellen for the first time. And tell me what, I actually think I have a video that I am going to send producer Paul of Ellen. I don't know if this was My Life with the Water Boys.
Me crying.
You were, what, like, look.
That was after the wedding. Oh no, that was My Life with the Water Boys. Oh my god.
What just happened, Ellen?
The brothers! She just kissed Cole and then Alex even said you love him! This is... Can she have a day off? I literally can't watch it. It was a lot for me.
That was My Life with the Water Boys. Sorry, I got confused. They just came... Just a 1-2 punch. But to go back to The Summer I Turned Pretty, I logged in for that episode. And I obviously had a few questions, having never watched it before. So I just kept being like, Belly's in Paris. She's wheeling a suitcase around for allegedly in the episode 24 hours. She's in the same pair of high-waisted jeans with the same little mini suitcase, and she's wheeling it to the club.
I do have
across
to say,
Paris.
I feel like that was a filler episode. Like the community is very much taken.
Yeah.
But did we not squeal when Taylor and Stephen said I love you?
Ellen squealed big time. That was another squealer, if you will.
And did we not squeal when You're on Your Own Kid
Yeah.
started playing?
I was like,
Of course it started playing as she was in Paris.
Splash,
Those were my two
splash.
squeal moments. And with My Life with the Water Boys, I was just squealing throughout.
And I now keep sending Ellen TikToks about like me when Jeremiah comes on screen. It's just a girl throwing her TV off the balcony.
I'm literally just on My Life with the Water Boys and the Summer I Turned Pretty TikTok.
What are you going to do when Summer I Turned Pretty's over? When's that over?
It's either Alex Thirst Traps or it's Alex and Jackie compilations or it's the Summer I Turned Pretty like Jeremiah hate or it's the Summer I Turned Pretty Stephen and Taylor compilation clips. So thank you to all the 11-year-olds out there, like fueling my TikTok feeds.
Making the edits.
I really appreciate you. And sometimes like a tear like wells up in my eye.
Me and the 11-year-old editors actually go way back because they were the reason that my song Worst of You back in the day, like before TikTok was even a thing, 11-year-olds were making edits of Worst of You with like enemies to lovers couples. And that's how the song blew up.
Can someone make a Worst of You for like the Summer I Turned Pretty or My Life with the Water Boys?
Like what's take me to every party but just talk to your friends? What character is that? Maybe that's a Conrad and Belly, like give me the worst of you because I want you anyway.
Conrad and Belly, like first season.
Okay. Someone make that 11-year-olds listening. I know you've just started year 7, but if you could just quickly make us an edit. We're on our knees. Please give us a tasty, tasty edit.
But I think, it's time to put the rumours to bed.
What are the rumours?
This is really where the podcast digital footprints comes in. Because like me saying I was Team Jeremiah, I want to be sick in my mouth. I really want to be sick in my mouth.
I'm dead. That's the digital footprint that you regret. Not the titty at the Trevi, none of that. It's the...
No, not me saying I lied on my CV and my CEO bringing that up to me. No, not that one. It's me saying I was Team Jeremiah.
Do you regret that?
I regret it.
Do you want to say on the record that you are?
I am Team Conrad.
Yeah,
he's just complex and has a lot of emotions to process. And his mother died. Like, let's all like give him some grace. Like, I saw a TikTok which was like, oh my God, Belly needs to understand that him not buying her a corsage because his mother had died is not the same thing as Jeremiah cheating in Cabo.
and
that's why I'm actually just Stephen and Taylor. Like...
At the end of the day.
Like, they say. But yeah, so I'm Alex and I'm Conrad. Those are my people.
Don't get it twisted.
And a lot of people say Alex. If you like Alex, you like Team Jeremiah. But that is not the case. You can like both boys. Okay? Don't even... Like, it's when people say that Alex and Jeremiah are the same because they're not the same. Jeremiah cheated. Jeremiah is a narcissist. Alex just wants to ride his horses and love Jackie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Totally.
Moving on.
Alan, what were you up to this weekend? Well, the weekend that just passed. You said you were away. Tell the cousins where you were.
I went to Belfast with my friends, and one of my friends is from Northern Ireland, so we went and stayed at her parents' house. So we went there for Fontaine's DC and Kneecap. So obviously, as we've discussed, like, not really a festival girl.
No.
Like, I don't...
Standing up, tricky for you.
It's just a lot. It's just very overstimulating. But I've, like, my boyfriend really wanted to go, and, like, the rest of my friends really wanted to go. So I was like, look, I'm just going to go. And also, two things. This is, like, my worst things. Like, my worst duo was an early morning flight. So I was up at 5 a.m. and having to go to the festival that same day.
Yeah.
So I was in hell. I was in hell. But, you know, I powered through, and it was... The reason I went is because we were also going to be going to the Titanic Museum that same weekend. So it's like they had their treat of the festival, and I had my treat of the Titanic Museum. And Boojum. Boojum...
Which, explain to people what that is.
Boojum is it's like a burrito Mexican place, and it's backed by... No, it's not backed, but... Queen Olivia Neal loves a Boojum, and her sister. So, like, for the...
So God was taking away with the Fontaine's DC Music Festival, but God was giving with the Titanic Museum.
Yeah. So Fontaine's DC, I was tired. I did my best, you know. I stayed for the whole thing.
Did. But I just want to cut to this story that I found out about, which she didn't even tell me, but then when we were at the gym later on in the week, when we were at personal training, our PT often makes us do this exercise called, is it a cat cow?
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna get producer Paul to edit in like a little picture of what that looks like, just so that everyone can really have
it's
that.
It's a cat cow and a downward facing dog.
Yeah.
So it's like do.
So Ellen was doing that, and then Ellen just happened to drop in. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was actually doing this at the music festival," and I was like, "What do you mean?" And she said,
"Well, my lower back really hurt. I think I must have tight hamstrings." But I'm an old woman, and I was in so much pain. And so, like, I tried to just, like, touch my toes in the crowd, but it obviously looked like I was about to whitey. So that wasn't very good. So I kind of just had to, like, grin and bear it. And so then at the end of the festival, I was at the side, and I was like, sorry, guys, just give me a sec. And I was just cat-cowing and down-facing dog. My boyfriend was so embarrassed. He's like, Ellen!
Or like the cool indie Fontaine's DC fans, and then Ellen just cat-cowing at the side.
Honestly, if you saw me at Fontaine's DC,
no, you didn't. No, you didn't. But how was the Titanic Museum?
The Titanic Museum was so good. It was so good. But I was a bit disappointed because the whole reason I went is because there's a box where you can put your hand in, and it's like the same temperature as the sea.
Right.
Of where, like, the Titanic sunk, and the box wasn't there.
Aww.
But they said that maybe we could recreate it at home.
Well, we've not done that yet.
No.
Maybe that can be this weekend's fun activity.
Yeah, I feel robbed of my box. But apparently, it, like, after COVID, they took away the box. But, you know, I still had a good time. I, obviously, as you guys know, I love, like, I have, like, hyperfixations on kind of, like, natural disasters or, like, dangerous things. So, like, it's like Mount Everest, Titanic.
Yeah.
Love those kind of vibes.
Love those.
So overall, it was a sleigh. Lower back, not so much for sleigh. But cat cowing
at Fontaine's DC.
Hot girls approve.
Big time. Obviously, it also feels important to mention that we are in September, which means we are back in our I'm doing better, I made it to September, there it goes era.
I'm doing better. I made it to September.
Tell 'em.
And I...
Queen! It's literally in the viral sound. Well, you might not know all the lyrics, but you know who might know all the lyrics is the little characters of Sesame Street, because they posted, I'm doing better, I made it to September.
Whoever manages that account.
Yeah.
I bet it's some, like, 20-year-old.
The social media 21-year-old intern at Sesame Street who's streaming The Good Witch back then. Maybe she went to the Radio City show. Maybe
Do they have a lot of followers?
Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a random page to follow, but, like, it is just a cult classic.
Yeah, it's literally, it's culture.
Yeah,
it is culture. And I was kind of, like, not me being part of the sheet that goes round to all the corporate companies being like, what about if we do I'm doing better, I made a September post?
I wonder if they even know it's you, or if it's just, like, something like, oh, I feel like this sounds familiar.
No, I think they'll just be like, this is a classic thing to post, like, you know, marketing-esque, social media.
And the funny thing about like corporate marketing is you just know that took months to get approval, and like it had to go through like 4 rounds of checks. But like,
just for the little Sesame Street characters to be like, I'm doing better on a swing.
But you made it.
I made it.
You made it through the corporate.
Made it. Even
runs.
the Sesame Street characters want MP3. Even them little imaginary cartoon characters.
That's a slay.
That is a slay.
That is an unexpected September win.
Yeah, huge unexpected W. Didn't see that coming. Do you feel like you're doing better and you've made it September?
Yeah, so obviously after my plague that hit me.
That's true. You really did just about make it September.
Yeah, I was clinging on. And speaking of the plague, obviously I had a couple comments on the last video being like, natural hair journey where? Like, she's given up. I've not given up, guys. God forbid a girl.
God forbid a girl needs a day off.
Yeah.
God forbid a girl can't be bothered to use her diffuser.
Honestly, it's because I had a haircut right before I got ill, and they'd done the whole blow dry. But it was kind of perfect because I was like very much like zombie vibe. Like my head was just on that pillow the whole week. So it would have been matted. It would have genuinely, I'd had to like shave it all off. But yeah, guys, it's back. It's back in the room.
Thank God for that. All the comments can go back to usual. Ellen and her natural hair.
Normal programming is resumed.
So glad.
So
I was getting worried.
Yeah. You know, it's a good reminder that everyone really does care about the journey.
Yep.
But maybe I've like become my own worst enemy again, because it's like normally like with my ADHD, I very much start and stop things. Like I have the most passionate idea ever. I'm like, this is going to be the new me. And then within 3 weeks I stop. But like,
You've set a standard.
I'm locked in now. But yeah, very much feeling better. And it's good to feel regenerated on this Twinhood couch.
It really is.
And talking of comments, obviously, because we read every single one of them.
Yeah, we do.
It was crazy. One of you guys commented like, lol, that t-shirt is spelled wrong. And we did a whole podcast episode. It went through a whole round of editing. It went to about 6 different people, and no one had noticed.
So mine said hair is everything. Ellen said hair, the rabbit, is everything. And we literally all sat here for an hour and a half, looked at all the pictures, went through which picture we wanted to post on Instagram, did the edits, watched the episode.
Nothing.
Not a single thought passed through our brains. It goes to show.
It makes it even more iconic, I think.
It really does. So merch is still sort of being ruminated on, but we're thinking, would you guys rather have like hair is everything or like hair is everything? Like, let us know.
I think I'd rather hair is everything.
Yeah.
They were just too like bewildered by the image, the lovely graphic rabbit.
I get it. It was quite bewildering.
Also, we see the comments saying, I have a house rabbit. Am I the problem? Yes. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Think about your actions.
Think about it, okay?
Speaking of I'm doing better, I've made it to September. One thing that I'm feeling quite passionate about that I'd like to share with the cousins. Actually, I'd like your opinion, cousins, on whether you think this is a reasonable thing for Ellen to be doing. Ellen has discovered the iPhone function Do Not Disturb. And Ellen thinks that it's fine to just have it on because she finds life stressful and messages stressful. Which I understand. Listen, I also can find WhatsApp a very scary place. But to the point where, like, Ellen the other day called me. And I'm like, oh, that's quite weird. I call her back. I call her back again. I text her, hey, Queen, what's up? I'm then walking home. I'm going, hey, Queen, what would you like for dinner? I'm out and about. I could get something. She hasn't replied to any of these. And I'm in my brain thinking like, oh, I hope she's okay. Like, this is, you know, I've like messaged her quite a few times now. So maybe something's wrong. Like maybe she's upset. So I start walking quicker. I'm hightailing it back home because I'm worried about my queen. I get through the door. I open it. What's Ellen doing? Sprawled out on the sofa in her pants watching My Life with the Water Boys. I go, hey, Queen, you okay? She's like, yeah. I was like, you haven't replied to any of my messages. She was like, oh, I'm on Do Not Disturb. I just don't think that is reasonable in this day and age. And she doesn't see it as like, you know, Do Not Disturb like in this moment, like whilst I'm doing something important. She sees it as all day. This is an all day feature that has to go on to protect her peace. And what about my peace? And that's the end of my rant. What about mine?
I don't know, I quite like it because like when you do go on your WhatsApp, it's like a nice little
treat.
Treat.
Because you have all these messages. No.
It's like a serotonin booster. And also it is quite nice to live in the peace. Like,
I'm not living in the peace. I'm sending many messages.
yeah, and like my boyfriend would be like, "Oh, did you see that?" I was like, if you've ever
Don't
messaged
be silly.
if you've ever messaged me, just presume I've not seen it, or like I'll see it, but just like not I'll just quickly close it again. Like, I'm actually the worst to be communicated
You're
with.
so bad on your phone. It's kind of sweet because you are actually quite an offline queen. Like you're like often just living in the moment.
Or like I'll be on my phone, but like I'll be on like my like the Samurai Temperity like montages. So
Yeah.
I'm
You're deaf to the world. I'm calling you multiple times. You're just la 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 la.
honestly, I've got bigger fish to fry with my than your calls. I've got
my multiple calls.
I've got
being
montages to watch.
But it was the fact that you called me. You started the chain reaction, and then you ignored all my calls and messages.
I think it was something like, "Do we have any milk?" or like something like that. Or like, no, I know what it was. I was like, "Oh, will you be in to like get the Tesco shop?"
Well, there I was,
and like
fearing for your life.
It's not just you though. Like my boyfriend's like, "You've really got to turn off."
Yeah.
And it's like, if I lost my phone the other day, and I was like, "Oh, it's not gonna ring," because everyone was like, I'll ring it. Like, we'll find it." I'm like, no. Like, it's
You don't understand. It doesn't work like that. It's not a phone that rings. It's a phone that only plays Samurai Temperity montages. That's essentially its only feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cousins, let us know below. Leave it in the comments. Should Ellen turn off her Do Not Disturb? I need your support and backing. Don't say she should leave it on.
It's just curly hair videos and
Not a single message.
not a single thought, just
Curly hair videos
and montages.
and Bonrad.
So true.
So cousins, a few weeks ago we did a little bit of an Instagram story moment. We made our coffees. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And when we made our coffees, a couple cousins were like, "We want to see your days in the lives," and that really did linger with me because I thought that is kind of amusing. And whilst we're not, my offline queen isn't quite at the stage where she can make a day in the life TikTok.
I honestly wouldn't know how. It'd be like the millennial pause and then like a broken up like video. Like, "Hi guys, we're now just..."
And then you like, "Is it on? Is it on? Is it? Hi guys."
I think it would be so clunky. It'd be like, "So I'm doing my hair now. And I'm doing my..." So bad.
So I thought maybe let's not get into that. But I thought what we could do is I asked Ellen to think about a classic day in the life work edition. Because I've done a classic day in the life in my work edition, so I've chosen a touring day just so we can get a bit of juxtaposition here. Also in the vibe of Freaky Friday, obviously that film's just come out again, the sequel, and kind of an interesting thought. What if Twinhood swapped lives? So it's sort of a mixture of two concepts. I'm cooking, I'm making something, but yeah, this is the segment,
And this is going to be like a day in the life of our working days.
Yeah.
So this is like, for me, it's like if I'm going into the office.
For me, it's if I'm going onto the stage.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should maybe go at similar times to each other. So we'll do like waking up. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, should I start?
Yeah, you kick us off.
Okay, so I typically wake up around between, obviously today was a blip.
Just a blip.
But I typically wake up and I'm not proud of this. I wish I could be a morning person, but my body just says no. So I typically wake up between 8:15 to 8:30.
That's still good.
Yes. I don't start work till 9:30, and I'm very blessed that my commute to the office is 10 minutes. If I'm going into the office, I give myself 30 minutes to get up and out the door. So I always say one thing always has to be sacrificed. It's either hair or it's makeup. Like I can
They're not
never,
both happening.
They're not
Not
both
in this
happening.
economy.
So it's often no makeup, but that's fine because I don't fancy anyone in the office.
So who are you impressing? You know what I mean?
I then typically 9 a.m. will get a line bike into the office.
Which the other morning I might add, it was 9 a.m. I also woke up and I was in bed and I just hear a scream, a guttural scream. And I go, "What was that?" And my boyfriend goes, "I think that was Ellen." And then there's a message to the group chat. Is anyone's fucking Lime app working? It was a bit of a bleak morning, wasn't it, my queen?
Oh, it was a bleak morning.
Yeah.
There's just nothing you can do. My whole life, my mercy
It
is
all
at
fell
the
apart.
control of this fucking line bike app. So yeah, depending on when the line bike app wants to fucking work. So yeah, I did scream, but you know, that was just me channeling my emotions in a healthy way.
For sure, Queen, for sure.
So yeah, what about you? When do you wake up?
So this is going to be good. This is my day in the life on tour. Typically, I would say the earliest you're waking up, if there's nothing to wake up for, the earliest I'm waking up is like 10 a.m.
That makes me feel better.
The latest I'm waking up would be like on tour, it's been known, you wake up on that bus and it's so dark on the bus because you're in these little bunks. And they're kind of like coffins, which is a terrible way to describe them, but they just kind of are like coffins and they're very dark and there's no windows in the bus alley. Like there's literally 3 bunks stacked on top of each other going back 3 ways. So there'll be like maybe...
It's hard to imagine someone rendezvousing in the bunks.
It is hard to imagine, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. The bunks are stacked on top of each other and it's very dark in there and it's very cozy. And so when you wake up and you're kind of in your little coffin, you just have no idea what the time is. And most of the time on tour, you're probably going to bed at like 2 a.m. By the time you're off stage, you've wound down. So yeah, you are waking up 10 a.m., 11 a.m. It's been known, people have been known to be getting up at like 1 or 2.
Oh my God.
Which is crazy town.
Those are my people.
Literally, this is why you were born to be a star. Get her on the bus. Anyway, so wake up at about 10. You are coming out of your bunk. You are in your pajamas. And you're coming out. I'm coming out to the front of the bus. I'm maybe grabbing a little handful of like, literally, this is terrible, but I'm maybe grabbing a little handful of like M&Ms or something. Yeah, I know, just to tide me over. Maybe a little porridge pot, like if I can.
Wait, and you're not having a porridge pot?
No, sometimes I'm having a porridge pot. Twice in my life.
Sorry, not to like change the topics, but you talking about the bus has made me remember when I came on the bus for an evening in Edinburgh. And I was just so excited to be on the bus. You know, it's kind of like we were doing it's not like the bus was moving. Like,
no, the bus was stationary.
We were just chilling on the bus, but I got really overexcited and obviously overshared and told everyone about like all the embarrassing poo stories I've ever had.
And then she just got off the bus.
And then I just got off the bus.
And I still see people like, because it wasn't just my band, it was also the support act band. And I'll still see those musicians and they'll be like, oh, I still think about those stories your sister told us. Like, they really live rent free.
What possessed me? But you're lying if you say you don't have an embarrassing poo story.
You're lying.
You're lying.
Okay, so if we could just circle back.
Yeah, circle back.
I'm then so I've had my little handful of fucking rat mix or whatever I'm having. I'm in my pajamas. I'm like, got my coat on. And this is what made me laugh when I was thinking about it. I'm getting out of the bus. And often, like, when the bus is parked in front of the venue, which is obviously where it'd be parked, you're getting off the bus and it's going straight into the venue. And so sometimes it's been known that, like, I'll get off the bus and there are just fans that are already lining up, that are already just waiting there. But obviously me, like, just woke up giving little rat. And then you just come out and you're like, hi, and people are like, can we have a picture? And you're like, yeah, I definitely think we should have a picture right now, even though I've literally just woken up. But it's kind of cute in a way. And there are some evil photos of me out there, literally haven't brushed my teeth, haven't brushed my hair, just smiling.
Your day's so much more exciting than mine. I'm about to literally
bore
you.
In your day, you've almost had a physical fight with a man over a bike. I've now gotten into the venue. I'm going to have a shower in hell's own invention, which is a venue shower.
I'm only at 9:30 a.m. You're skipping ahead.
No, but this is my morning.
Oh, okay.
True. You know what I mean? Evening.
Okay, well, I've not finished my morning.
Okay, well, you wrap up your morning.
Okay. So obviously I'll get to the office, and then I will text Maisie demanding my blank street.
She'll text her investor asking if
Blank street time.
Maisie. Obviously, I reply immediately because my phone's not on Do Not Disturb. So I immediately send that money across. I say, do you have it? I don't get a reply. She's already got off grid.
And then I do some work. I do some tappity tip tap tap. And yeah, then that takes me to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have breakfast because, again, no time for that. But don't you worry, I will be treating myself with a lunch. I don't believe in packed lunches. That's a hot take. Like, life's too short for a packed lunch. No, I don't want a cold tuna cucumber sandwich. Like, I want a feast. I want a hot meal.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's taken me up till my afternoon. Then my afternoon consists of probably oversharing to some sales bros. Also maybe talking to my manager about how our boyfriends are never going to propose to us. Talking about maybe doing like a love languages quiz. No, maybe doing an attachment style quiz and sending all the work girlies the quiz. Being like, what are
Nice.
you? Obviously doing some hardcore work.
No, and you've been doing lots of hardcore work recently. I've been watching you.
Yeah, thing is about me is like I'm really not a morning person. So like I will like start at 9:30, but I'll probably finish around like 6:30. And then I'll come back and people are like, oh, you don't want to stay for like after work drinks? I'm like, no, I've got a family to cook for.
You literally.
So
Mummy needs to come home. We're hungry.
yeah, literally.
You begin to hear the sounds of your children going.
Last night I was at work drinks till like 7 and I started to get anxious. I was like, guys, you can start. Like, it's homemade pizzas tonight. The ingredients are in there. And I literally deliberately gave them like an easy meal to make.
And didn't we make it?
And we made it well.
Yeah.
So that's kind of takes me to the evening time. What about you?
My afternoon is probably starting. I'm maybe going to, at that point, I'm going to reach the shower and I'm going to reach Hell's first invention, which is the venue shower. Evil places. You don't want to think about who's been in there, what's been in there, what's on the floor, whose hair that is. Just simply no thoughts. Just get in shower, get out shower. Get changed. I'm then going to have some lunch. And often when you're on tour, you're having lunch, the venue is providing you food, which does mean sometimes, you know, maybe it's an 11:30 a.m. You've skipped breakfast because you've woken up so late. So you're thinking, what's going to be my first meal of the day? And obviously maybe you're thinking something kind of light. It's your first thing you've actually consumed. But sometimes the venue does in fact provide you with a whole lasagna. And that is just the first thing you have to consume.
This is speaking my language. Yes, I'd be like thrilled
to have the lasagna. I like a lasagna. It's just when it's sort of a 10 to 11 a.m. lasagna is
perfect. I can't think of a better time to have a lasagna.
I should put you in touch with the House of Blues.
Please.
House of Blues Dallas, Ellen Peters. So then you're having your lunch at the venue. Then you're probably going to sound check, which is where you're testing out all the instruments. That's like where I test out properly my singing voice. And I get stressed and upset if I feel like I'm not singing very well. But I have been learning to sort of like manage that and deal with that better because I used to get really upset. So I do a bit of singing. We test everything out. That normally only takes like 10, 15 minutes. And sometimes when you're doing big shows, like the first ever Ed Sheeran show I did, we didn't even get a sound check because he was sound checking. So we had to do our first ever stadium show just with no sound check. But then you do your sound check, you come off stage, you vibe about for a bit. Maybe I watch some Walking Dead, my favorite thing. One tour we watched the whole of Sherlock, the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock.
I like this approach to work, like where you can do a bit of work and then watch some Sherlock. Like, I hate the corporate life, how it's just like knuckle down for 9 hours of your day, every single day.
I mean, there is a place on the bus for you, Queen. We just need to find you a little job. We're doing the sound checking, we're watching The Walking Dead, I'm starting to get ready for the evening. I'm doing my makeup. I can do my makeup in like 10 minutes. I actually am obscenely fast at doing my makeup these days.
See, that is... I'm impressed you're doing it. Actually, no, I guess you would be doing your makeup.
For stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that different from my normal makeup, to be honest.
Like, I've gotten to such zero shits about how I look in the office. And to be fair, I do work at a startup in like a co-working space. So it's not like mega corporate working for a bank. But I've taken it to new highs. Yesterday, I wore the Good Witch Maisie Peters merch.
To work.
Let's
go. Tell him who's boss. Tell him who's boss.
And
tell him who she loves more.
I was telling Maisie's manager this morning how I'd like done that, and he was like, "That's very bizarre."
And he would do it too for a check. That's all I'm gonna say.
But
He would do it too.
I had like my colleagues be like, "Is that your sister?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, and what?
And what?
Do you have anything else to say?
But yeah, I was in like my running shoes, some black. Honestly, I was just like, "You're a mess."
And I obviously have been wearing a random outfit all day, but for the show, I'm accessing. I think people think that pop stars or like people in music have like really amazing, like, you know, that all of their outfits are kept in like a nice little box. A rail. God bless, I would like a rail. Instead, I have what's known as suitcase. And suitcase, you open it up and it's just got all of my outfits in there. And like at the beginning of tour, you know, I'm like trying to start well, and so everything's neatly folded. End of tour, everything's just everywhere. Everything's crumpled. Shoes are everywhere. There is no rhyme or reason. There is no order. And everyone's always like, Maisie, when will you get a wardrobe case? But I'm just like, it's been working for this long. Wardrobe cases are expensive. They're like thousands of pounds.
Thing is, people don't know Maisie's actually quite tight with some aspects. Like,
I'm a thrifty queen. I'm not spending thousands of pounds on a wardrobe case when suitcase works just fine.
Also, we were speaking about how we never buy any clothes. Like, sustainability or like no fashion sense.
I think I'm gonna argue sustainability.
Yeah.
I would just say I am a big believer in re-wearing your clothes, and I feel like especially in the music industry, everyone's always like new outfit, new outfit, new outfit, new outfit. And you know what? That's just not actually reflective of true life. People aren't wearing a new outfit for every single thing they do. And I think I'm a believer that like we've got to stop doing that and re-wearing outfits on stage, re-wearing outfits from shoots. Like that is true in real life. And that's also actually way better than continually buying lots of new outfits. Like that's just not reasonable.
We also need to practice what we preach, because a lot of the times we always like, oh my God, we need to find another top for the podcast, because like we never want to wear the same. But like I'm wearing Maisie's top at the moment because
But that's cute. We're reusing. I'm wearing your lipstick right now. It's very Twinhood of us.
But I think maybe next episode we should just wear a top we've already worn. God, me thinking I'm like breaking boundary.
Radical over at Twinhood. We're wearing tops we've already worn.
But the suitcase has reminded me of a story. I'm not sure if we've spoken about it. But I was behind the scenes at one of Maisie's shows. I think it was in Birmingham. And you were picking outfits from the suitcase. And we were kind of like, I was helping you tie up something at the back. And lovely Jack Geary.
My drummer, for those who know.
Maisie's sweet drummer.
Lovely boy. Nicest boy.
And so I'm behind Maisie tying up her top. And
lovely Jack says, wow, look at the twins. And Ellen goes,
I was like, what the hell, Jack? Like, so weird. And I think like the moment somehow passed, and then it was like, it suddenly dawned on me like an hour later, and we were all still in the room. I was like, oh my God, you weren't talking about our boobs, were you? You were saying it because we're twins. And he was like, yeah.
He was saying, wow, look at the twins. Like, look, we're doing a nice thing. Like, you're helping with my dress. And you thought he was going, wow, look at the twins.
Like, look at Maisie's tits. Oh. So I was like, Jack, what the fuck, dude?
And the way he was like, what? And then we all just moved on as well. Like,
I was like, why is no one else like reacting to this?
You were like, HR. That's a good story. I forgot about that. Okay, so let's get to your evening now.
Okay, so evening. The working day is done. It's finished. I have cooked the kids their dinner. It's time to relax. So normally I try and persuade people in the flat to watch TV with me. No one likes TV in the flat.
That's not true. I watch TV with you.
It's a modern crime. Yeah, but it has to be a specific type. Like, no one wants to watch shit TV. And I'm like, why can't we just watch Tell Me Lies? Like, honestly, it's more effort to bargain with people on what to watch than actually watching it by myself.
I've watched 2 nights of TV with you this week.
God, she's saying that like it's an achievement. 2 whole nights. So yeah, I normally try and bargain with people about what to watch. And then around 10 o'clock, 10:30, I'll go up and I will shower. Because I'm an evening shower lady. I'm not a morning shower. Like, I don't have time for that.
No, true.
And also London's so dirty. Like, I need to like get that off me. And then this is when real relaxation comes in. It will be time to turn on the diffuser.
Oh, yes.
With my sweet sense of eucalyptus.
Oh, yes. Lock in.
Got some neon chill drops, because obviously I'm the most chill girl in the whole wide world. And then it's Kindle time. So at the moment, I am currently reading The Troubles with Us by Alex O'Neill. It's about one Belfast girl on boys, bombs, and finding her way. And guys, I've had to take like a hiatus on the 7-year slip, because practicing what we preach, it wasn't serving me. I've gotten to like 60% and I'm like still like,
Wow. That's
and
quite far through to
I don't
give
know
up.
what's wrong with me. Like, is it me or
No,
is it the book?
it's never you. You're perfect.
Because it's gotten really good ratings on Goodreads, but I just like I'm not moved.
That's okay. It's not for you.
It's not serving me. So yeah, I'm reading this book. I was also a bit inspired after being in Belfast that I wanted to, read some local literature, and that is what I'm doing. But yeah, so I normally Kindle, and I'm naughty. I can't help it. I go to bed at like midnight. Like,
She's a night owl.
I am a night owl. I wish I wasn't. I wish I was a morning person. I often feel like a lot of wall of shame about.
I know, but that's okay. It's just
I need people to write in and tell me if they're also
night owls.
Night owls, because I feel like a kid that's like still like, honestly, I still feel like I'm like the excitement of like, yes, I don't have to go to bed, like when mum tells me to at the ripe age of 25. So yeah, I'm normally just bed by midnight, wake up at 8:30. Crazy life I live.
Crazy.
What about you?
At this point, I guess it gets to about 8 p.m, 9 p.m, which is when my workday really kicks in, which is when I'm heading to the stage. I'm going to be on that stage, I guess, anywhere from like 45 minutes, like an hour and a half, hour and 20. Everyone knows what that is. La 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 la. Sing. La 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 la. Are you a super?
Okay, can I ask you some questions, which as a fan of your music, like I'm channeling in that part of me, not as your sister.
Yeah.
Do you ever get bored of singing the same things every single night?
I swear this isn't me doing a cop-out, but because obviously you know this because you come to my shows, like my fans and the people that come to my shows are like especially enthusiastic. And I find that like when the front row, this is a hot tip actually, when the front row is really giving, like the people that I can see, which obviously is not very many because I'm normally not wearing my glasses, so I'm blind. When the front row is really giving and they're really singing along and they're like really excited, then you never get bored because it's always just so fun being like, look at that queen. But I will say sometimes when you're ill, I've had a few shows where I've been like really ill.
Do you ever like get to like 3/4 of the way through and think, okay, we're almost finished?
Yeah, sometimes you do get, well, especially when it's the long shows, when it's like an hour and 10, and maybe you've done 3 in a row, so this is your third one. Sometimes you can get to sort of 51 minutes and think, okay, keep pushing till as old as honey.
And do you ever think like, am I gonna like forget the words? Like I just don't understand how you can obviously.
Sometimes I have forgotten the words. You can't think about it because then you will forget them. So you have to just like.
But then I think about
go
it
on autopilot. Yeah, I know. We always reference this as one Ellie Goulding video of her where she goes, "It's a zaba," and it's the constant reference for when I forget my words because I'll just make noises. So like I remember at Glastonbury, I played the pyramid stage my first time at Glastonbury, and I forgot the words to "You're Just a Boy," and I literally went. I was the best friend. You showed her to lean on, but you pushed me out as a pass, and then my jeans on. And there is an actual video of this on the internet, so go find it. Have fun.
You know what I think a lot about is like if you forget the words, it's kind of like cute, like it's you can kind of play it off, and it is like
It's funny, silly,
and it is like you are the artist, so it's like. But like if I was like Tina or Joel or Jack, like messing something up, you'd feel so internally guilty.
There's this one, sorry, Jack, you're really getting a lot of airtime in this episode. There's this one funny moment which we all talk about, which was like, we were playing John Hughes' movie and maybe he just remembered that as the last song of the set, but it was actually like, there was still 5 songs to go. And we finished the song and Jack just gets up and walks off the stage. And I didn't really notice because I wasn't really paying attention, but probably everyone in the band was like, where are you going? And he had to like come and sit back down again.
Oh my God, I hope there's a video out there of that because I want to see that.
We've got to bring it back. No, we love
like
him.
imagine the panic he felt when he's like walked off.
No, he's literally like, so nervous.
And like the walk of shame going by.
I know.
Okay, sorry, I feel like
So wrapping up, we're on the show, we do the show, we come off stage, we get on our pajamas, we have some dinner, we watch whoever else is on, if it's a festival or if it's a headliner. And then we probably just get back on the bus, watch some more Walking Dead. And maybe we have a little singing party where Joel will play all the songs that he's ever heard in the whole world and be like, this is the best song ever. And they're all the best songs ever. And there's 30 of them. And then I like to hit the bed probably like 2 a.m. But sometimes everyone else will stay up for hours. And it's like just a party on the bus all night long. But I'm not really a 365 party girl. So I am in bed with my book.
I would say though, I mean, I'm not on this tour, so I can't 100% speak. But from what I've seen, like, Maisie Peters tour is really not like a party girl tour.
No,
like if you got booked on the Maisie Peters tour, you'd come back relaxed.
No, it's literally a relaxation vacation. Yeah, it's where you go to kick back.
Like I feel like especially in like Daisy Jones and the Six, like you see like being an artist is like
So rock and roll,
and yours is just like, okay guys, back to the bunks we go.
Literally, I'm like, anyone want to have a little tea and talk about how much we liked our show tonight?
But you should tell the cousins about the go-to, this is an exclusive, guys, the go-to bus meal, specifically the toasty.
I do have a bus meal. See, Ellen's the cook at home, but I'm the cook at work. I'm actually not. Tina makes all my toasties. But we have a meal that we make. We get that George Foreman out. Oof. Actually, the backbone of our tour. And in goes 2 slices of bread. We get some cheese, normally just cheddar, or the slices that they give you. Yeah, butter, cheese, ham. Then on goes the Cholula hot sauce. Then on goes the honey. In the George Foreman it goes, out it comes, delicious. There was a point though where me and Harry, the tour manager, were like, we are genuinely eating about 3 of these a day. Harry was like, I've had 9 toasties, it's been 2 days. Like, can't have another one. I've never made it for you, I need to make it for you.
I know, it sounds so scrumptious.
Next tour, I'm getting on the bus and I'm going to give you a toasty. Pay you back for all the meals you've made me.
Yeah, I kind of want a toasty right now. So now we've obviously heard about each other's day. I think you should tell me what you would swap from my day, and I'll tell you what I would swap from your day.
What would I like from your day? I'd quite like the earlier bedtime because I'm an old lady and I would like to be in bed if I could. But alas, the rock and roll lifestyle just doesn't allow for that. So I quite like your 12 p.m. bedtime and your Kindle in bed. I actually quite like your just normal bed as opposed to my little coffin that I have to sleep in. So I'd take that. I would definitely leave any form of like tech administration that you have to do, like all your little programs you run and your Slacks and your this and your that. Like that's too confusing for me. I have no cells in my brain for techie things. Like I struggle with my phone.
So I would like your late wake up time. That would be nice, as I am a night owl. I'd also like your being able to like wear little cute dresses every night. Especially like ones that like are just magic into your wardrobe. Like you don't have to think about like how to style yourself too much. They're just existing. They're there. And I'd also quite like to end my day with a hot honey Cholula
Toasty.
George Foreman toasty.
Well, Queen, we can make that happen right now. Let's go to the shop. I'm going to deliver it for you. So to wrap us up this episode, what are we having for dinner?
Tonight we will be having a satay chicken tray bake. The tray bakes are back.
Yippee!
But that does involve your pesky boyfriend picking up some more peanut butter because I've never known man to like, he just loves condiments. Like, not even condiments, he loves spreads. That man loves a spread. I was like, oh, I don't need to buy any more peanut butter. The whole tub gone. So thank you.
I will be telling him to do that, don't you worry. I'll crack that whip.
Yes, please. So yeah, that's what is for dinner tonight.
Well, you've made some unreal dinners this week. I want to shout out the lamb and chickpea burgers.
Yeah.
With the fried courgettes.
We made like a TikTok just for our eyes only of my boyfriend and Maisie like doing the TikTok sound of like...
We were reacting to Ellen's meal plan. So you know those TikToks of people like with both of them had their eyes shut and then Ellen would say like chicken tray bake and we'd both open our eyes and our mouths like really wide if we really liked the thing.
And not open it at all if like you don't like it. So obviously chicken tray bake got like sorry, that's gonna be the ugliest clip. Chicken tray bake got a big reaction. But guess what got the worst reaction? And that was my lamb and lentil burgers.
But they slapped.
Everyone loved the lamb and lentil burgers. So,
you did such a good job. They were so good.
And I made like courgette fries on the side. And Maisie, you don't like courgettes, but you were fine
I
with
liked
them.
these, yeah.
And
cousins, it's a work in progress. We're going to collect up Ellen's recipes though, and we are going to give them to you. We're just working on it.
Yeah, the ADHD in me is really struggling at the idea of sitting down and writing out all my recipes.
But it's okay because...
Maisie can help me compartmentalize.
Literally.
Maybe if I just speak them out loud and you can write it down.
Yeah, that's fine. That feels like my kind of job. Taking notes, follow you around.
I will just touch upon, obviously, for continuity, I mentioned to you guys last week about how I was making beef brisket. And, you know, it was it was on me. I should have started a lot earlier. I was in a bit of like a time crunch at work. I ended up just like needing to work a bit later, and so that meant like my beef brisket I didn't start till like 6 p.m. and that a beef brisket needs like a long time to slow cook, and I think I overcooked. Like I boiled it for too hot. It was just a bit of a disaster.
It was going very badly wrong. But
it was, and it was meant to be a pull apart beef brisket ragu. And I was like, I can't just like serve these tough bits of brisket. So, the genius that I am, what did I do with my tough briskets? I blended the brisket.
Oh, so illegal.
It was like low-key disgusting, putting these big slabs of meat in my blender. But it worked. It kind of like, it was just like a ragu.
Work. Yeah.
Because it like blended it into such fine chunks. But yeah, that was a cooking flop, which is rare.
Very rare in this kitchen.
But I brought it back.
You did.
Anyway, guys, top tip. If you've got a tough brisket, just shove it in the blender.
And on that note, we will say...
things that you've never heard in a podcast.
Blend your beef brisket.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye, love you.